Oh, we got some cars back. And we are off. Heading from Berkeley out to Oakland. Then Moraga, Alamo, and up to Diablo. Ended up finding Mark. He was warming up and he eventually caught up to Basil and I. So we just passed the summit of Grizzly Peak. We're heading out towards Skyline to meet up with a few more riders. So this is Pinehurst Road. It's not the most scenic part. There's a more scenic section with nice redwood trees that I really like. This is the more scenic section with the redwoods that I really like. Really nice part of the ride. And I just take my time a little bit through here, looking at the redwoods. And look who's behind.
Any advice I could get.
Alright, we got our riders and we're heading across the Moraga Canyon Bridge. There, I think they're redoing this bridge because right now it's still one way each direction and there's a signal, but there is no specific bicycle path here that I'm aware of, so we just have to wait for the signal and go with the cars and should be good. And look at this, 9:53 a.m. I told another rider Mike would be here at 9:50, so actually worked out real well that we're within a few minutes of my prediction time. And I think the rider's back here. There they go, standing up, taking off up the front. Alright, got Sabi and Basil here, and Dara, and Mark, and they're back in. We're approaching the Olympic intersection. It's the roundabout. This is, I believe it's in Lafayette. And it's Olympic Road and Pleasant Hill Road. And it's a little tough to navigate because we got these cars here, yield sign, and traffic coming from multiple directions. Something to worry about. And then the bike lane comes and opens back up here. So we got some rebel riders and they went down Tice Valley and we're gonna go down this other street. So we're gonna turn right up here. So it's basically just Sabi and I right here because someone decided to turn off on Tice Valley. They didn't like my ride leading instructions. So just two of us and we'll meet them at the park. I think they know we're gonna meet in off Stone Valley. So we're on our own for probably the next 10 miles of flats and we could take turns.
Following the leader here.
Yeah, this is a cool guy. He's actually following the leader. That's the way the ride's supposed to be.
I get bonus points.
Bonus points. Now we add another S in front for Super Sabi. Definitely deserves the title, Sir Super Sabi. Wow, I'm super glad Super Sabi here came with me. Otherwise, I'd be by myself doing my own route. Because look at this. 20 miles an hour and there's some winds too, so it's nice to have a little help on the flats. So they popped out of Crest just in time and we met them at almost the exact same time, but I don't think they are going slow by any means. Got babies. We're all on the way. And there's the other Canadians coming out. Oh, adolescents. Hanging out. heading off to what? Southgate. So we got to go to the end here.
I mean, if it's on GoPro, then I guess I have to put it on.
It's up to you.
We'll play catch up.
Yeah, we're playing catch up. Got stuck behind a signal.
Yeah.
And they're gone.
Well, I appreciate
That's
it.
okay. We're in the tail end.
Ooh.
As long as we all have the right direction, we got to this road right.
I don't think there are too many intersections here. We'll go the right path.
Yeah, just up the mountain. Mount Diablo State Park, Southgate entrance. Open 8 a.m. to sunset.
You might want to take your jacket.
Oh, it'll be okay.
You'll be okay?
Yeah, this is my ventilation here. That's it. That's so this way winter, this way summer.
Yeah, that's fair. They have armor, you know, those like sun UV armor.
This mountain's supposed to be green. We started our climb. I think we're missing one person. He might be ahead. We're looking for Mark. And we can see up pretty far in the distance. So if he's ahead, we might be able to catch a glimpse of him on the road. We're in the distance where you may see those cars coming down the hill here. And we got Basil here. Enjoying the nice climb up Diablo.
Nick leads the way.
Sometimes I lead. Other times people go their own direction. So far the cars have been fairly decent.
Yeah.
Haven't had any crazy people trying to pass us real fast. As you climb up more, you can see the road as it bends, sometimes around the corners, and when you look down, you can see further down where we came from. Still looking for other group members, don't know where they are. Now this is the Golden State, but it looks brown. And this climb goes up for 6% grade and go up for a while. Been climbing for about 28 minutes and see the summit up there. Still quite a ways to go. And haven't even got to the saddle yet, which is maybe closer to the halfway mark. But we're getting there, at least to the halfway point. About 34 minutes into the climb from Southgate itself, and the view's pretty nice. Turned out to be a real nice day. Probably can hear the winds blowing a little bit. Have a nice cool breeze. Low to mid 70s today. Great time to be out. So we're just about at 39 minutes from Southgate at my pace, which is probably a little under 3 watts per kilogram for my body weight. Climbing, it says Junction Campground there. And we'll probably swing a right and keep heading up to the summit. About 15 minutes past the start from the junction. As you can see, there's still quite a ways to go, and there's some paragliders or something up there. Might be hard to see with this wide angle. Yeah, and I've been kind of on my own for a while now, just holding my own pace, making my way to the summit. That's the 3,000 foot elevation, so we still have about 800 feet to go, maybe a little less to the parking lot, because the summit I think is 3,850. The upper part here is quite scenic. "29 minutes from junction and still a ways to go." Been relatively quiet here, and the car drivers have been quite nice, giving me a lot of room when they pass. I'm above the communication tower we saw earlier. I'm still not at the top. There's another steep section. As you round the corner, the summit lays in the distance, behind this tree to the left, you'll see a little building and another tower, and the top should be up there. So only the extended parking lot's open. They closed the gate, and then you reach the steep part up ahead. Oh, squirrel. Oh, sign that says, shows a picture of bicycles and then may use full lane, but it does get up to, I don't know, 16%, so I can't hold this camera and climb this steepness. So we have a summit sign there, 3849 feet, and it shows 19% grade. So yeah, that's pretty steep here. Coming up to the parking lot. Oh, there's my other friends off to the right. So it took 29 minutes to get to Junction, and then from Junction, additional, for me, 45 minutes from Junction to Summit, and that's an additional 4.5 miles. Took, yeah, that long. All right, Mark has made it to the summit. Good job, Mark. You made it. Congratulations. Super epic climb. How was it?
Oh, sorry, I got separated from you guys, obviously. I found you in Basel. I don't know if I went through. Yeah, so...
I don't have your cell phone number, I just realized.
You know, normally I use Diablo Road to whatever road, so I took a wrong turn. Or something. I couldn't find the hole. I couldn't find the hole in the wall, so I just went back to the road.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if that meant you guys were. I didn't know if you were stopping for like a flat tire or just for like a route check. And so I didn't know. So for that reason, I didn't know if you were behind. I can't talk. Behind or ahead. So. We're gonna make fun with Nick.
Oh, you want a picture?
Sorry.
If you want a picture of you two, I can take one, or you want to head down.
Here.
All right. Pretty nice to sit, but it could be a little bumpy. We got quite a headwind, so I'm just kind of sitting up and only doing about 19 miles an hour. Back on Olympic Boulevard, making our way into the headwind. And then we're down to 4 riders. Heading back. We're gonna go through Orinda, up Wildcat, and then Wildcat takes us back to the start, Spruce and Grizzly, to finish off a nice ride. All right, into the Orinda bike path, and they did change the curve a little bit, so it's a little wider now. Yield to some of these cars, and then we'll be on our way. Now, Dara's departure, we are down to 3. I probably can't see in the distance. Purple Lamborghini, but I guess they're still more common than Velomobiles here.